What up, fam? Coming at you from Caitlin's kitchen. Just kidding. Here's Nolan.
Hello.
Okay, go eat your breakfast. Okay, so let me see if I can see. Hopefully I can get a picture in here, but it rose to, I think about here. Kind of hard to tell. About here. No, that's low. Maybe it was like here. Anyways, it rose last night or yesterday. It fell. It's watery. It's hungry. So today I have you set up on my sugar and my strawberries. So hopefully I won't have to move you to do my flour. Okay, I moved my starter over, my discard jar over. Because the other one was getting really full. And I haven't had a chance to make crackers. Today's Easter, so I don't know if I'll have time to make crackers today either. Okay, so I'm just going to pour most of this out. Yeah, it's hungry. And I say it's hungry like that because, like, it's watery. Usually, it's not that watery. So I'm going to give it, like, a really big feed today. Oops, wrong one. This is my discard. I'm going to give it, like, a really big feed today. Which means the bigger the feed, the longer it's going to take to eat it. So that will buy me a few hours to do Easter. All that stuff. I do want to try to start if I'm going to make bread today, which I'm hoping to, I'll be able to do. I need to start it by I would like to start it by probably like 2 or 3 if possible. Which I'll talk you through that whole process and timeline in probably the next video. But anyway, so poured out most of it. I'm going to do a big feed today. And if I am able to bake bread and I do a big feed, I can do 2 loaves, which means I can bring some to work this week. So, again, I'm fluffing up my flour. You're not on video for this, sorry. Fluffing up my flour. I'm gonna do 3 scoops today, so 3/4 cup. I think I'm still gonna do about the same amount of water because I do feel like it hasn't been as thick. I like it to be really thick. I feel like it doesn't get hungry as quickly. Okay, so there's 3 scoops of water. I'm sorry, 3 scoops of flour. And an overflowing 1/4 cup because that's how I roll. I'm gonna take my spatula. Move my body. Okay. Take my spatula. See how thick that is? See, I kind of like it like a little thicker. Not quite this thick. I'm gonna get a little more water in here. But it's like really the measurements don't matter. So there are times that I'll wake it up from the fridge and I will just like, if I'm not gonna be baking for a few days, but I just want to like get the process started and I don't want to waste a lot of flour, I will just do like a few spoonfuls of flour to like a tiny little bit of starter, and then just kind of, you can rebuild it. So there's been times too, I think I mentioned this, there's been times too where I told you guys like you don't need that much starter, right? So there's been times where like I've used basically my entire jar to make my loaves of bread, and I've been like, okay, so then I'll just like scrape off the tiny little bit I can get, like, which might just be like this much, like whatever I can scrape off the sides of the jar. I'll scrape it all down to the bottom, put like a spoonful of flour and like a splash of water, and then just cross my fingers and hope for the best. And it'll eat it and it'll grow, and then it, it might take several rounds to get it back to where it's supposed to be, but that way you still maintain it. As long as you keep the tiniest little bit of starter, you're okay. Okay, maybe one of these days these videos won't be 5 minutes long, but today's not that day. Okay, so scraping the sides down just to kind of keep the jar clean and get all my starter down at the bottom. And set it aside. Okay. All right, now my starter is basically back to where it was yesterday. It's slightly different, so I'm just going to do it a little tiny bit. And it's nice and thick. Like, come on. There we go. It's nice and thick. You can probably hopefully have seen it while I was stirring. Oh, the boy needs attention. The boy needs attention. Okay. Putting the cover on. And leaving it here on the counter today. We got church. We got egg hunt. Lunch, all that good stuff. So it'll be a little later before I can cook. This is my discard. There's the hooch, mama. There's the hooch. It's lighter because I mixed a ton of hooch in the other day. So now it's all mixed in here. But there's more hooch. Because when you put it in the, when you put it in the fridge, you're putting it in the fridge hungry. So it's going in here. And it's not getting fed. So it's gonna have hooch. I'm gonna turn this around. It's probably way too close. So my hope is that I'll be able to, hello! Okay, go away. My hope is that I'll be able to bake with that today and show you guys what that looks like. Well, not the baking, but the mixing the dough and stretch and folding and like what the proofing process looks like. So we'll see if that happens today. Goodbye.